Hello everyone, Genghis here, and welcome to the garage part of my Ru251 review. I got this tank only today, of course, because, patch just came out, and I've really been liking it, played around 30 games in it, and there were enough good games in it to do a review. Don't worry, I'll keep the garage part short. I just want to go over the important things real quick, and then we'll go straight into the battles. So, basically, survivability is rather shit, because it's a light tank. You have no armor anywhere, to be honest. The mantlet can give you some troll bounces, but that's about it. You have a decent amount of HP with 1200 for a light tank, but considering the tanks and guns you'll be facing, it's not much. Don't count on it. Nice thing about this tank, for one, is that it has an 80 km per hour top speed, which is just very, very good. And with a horsepower to weight ratio of nearly 25, you will reach those 80 km/h over rather long stretches of flat ground. And you will run around the map at 70 km/h most of the time, anyway. Traverse speed and turret traverse speed are good as well. 400 meters view range is more or less basic for a tier 8 scout. One thing which has been kind of hampering me is I don't have 6th sense yet, but yeah, for the crew I definitely recommend camo, and then camo on everyone except the commander, who gets 6th sense. Then for second skill, probably like snapshot, smooth ride, situation awareness, wherever it is, camo on the commander, all that kind of, scout tank stuff. And as equipment I went with a rammer, vertical stabilizers and optics. There's other stuff which makes sense too, for example vents for the overall boost, or binocs if you want to play it very scouty. But honestly, this tank is just a medium tank, but much faster. The gun is also really nice. Penetration 190 with AP is more than enough, to be honest. I really like it. Rate of fire is very nice, so is the accuracy, it's good enough, and the aim time is nice too. And a very nice thing you also get is a 102 penetration with HE, because it's basically HESH. However, it's not expensive, so don't worry about that. It's just a tiny bit more expensive, than the AP shells. And as you can see, I actually have 7 of these HE shells loaded, because I've been using them to rather positive effect a lot of the time, and I've run out of them at the beginning, so I took a bit more. The heat shells are okay, but I don't use them a lot. It's heat, it's only 250 bin, and you're a light tank anyway. So yeah, not much else to say, I think. Let's look at some battles. So here we are on Kiliia. It's a tier 9 game, rather average matchmaking for this tank, really. Not much to say. My team is really not the best. Numbers of tier 9 mediums are the same on both teams. No, wait, actually they have one more. Yeah, they have one more, and also their tier 9 mediums are a bit more skilled than ours, according to XVM, of course. But I'm going to go hill anyway, to support our mediums, and basically I'm of the opinion that in this game right now, if we lose a hill, we're basically going to lose the game for sure. So yeah, I'm going to go hill, and see what I can do from there. Actually, I'm not going to speed up the driving, just so you see the speed. Going downhill, I reach 80 km/h and immediately, more or less. And even here, going through water, going up, I keep 70 km/h. Or kph if you're English, I guess. And wow, yeah, I'm on the hill so much earlier than all those medium tanks, which are not slow, T-54s are very mobile. I'm even that fast that I can go up here to this corner before the enemy medium tanks arrive, to get a first shot off on them, which sadly bounces. But yeah, it's looking rather good on the hill. We have a T-54 and a T-44, myself and a T-71, and only one of their T-54s, or only one of their mediums, the T-54, actually went for the hill, so that is rather nice for sure. I decided to flank him. I can't really penetrate his frontal armor reliably. Even with heat, it's not reliable, I'd say it that way. And yeah, there I shoot really low into the tracks and don't do any damage, which is a bit annoying. Anyway, now that we've won the hill, I'm just going to try and spot some stuff and shoot the enemies on the other side of the map. I'm gonna speed it up a bit because it might be a bit boring. But yeah, as they are not spotted right now, I go for the spot at T30. Go behind the bush to shoot him. Shoot him blind once more. Go into the bush to spot him again. Go back. Try and get a shot, but he's hiding rather well. so I just keep spotting him for example, my artillery or just my teammates in general. And yeah, there he goes, respotted. Trying to be really cheeky here, going back behind the bush and hunting for a shot, but like, yeah, did not expect that one to hit. He looked like he was going back, so I shoot him once more. And the Tiger 2 finishes him off. I'm rather confident I hit him. Take a shot on the 3090, penetrate him, hunt for the Leo prototype, get him too. You can really see, you know, the rate of fire is far from bad. Really far from bad. I mean, of course, you're not going to compete with like tier 10 mediums, DPM wise or whatever. Right here, I don't think I'm spotted actually, because I'm at 330 meters and I don't expect him to have a very good view range, especially with my camo, but I was wrong. Someone spotted me, and very probably it was the SU-152. So I go back here behind this little hill until I'm unspotted, and then just remain here and shoot a bit on the Panther 2 and the 3090, which are still in that area back there, hoping for some hits. And I just decide to hammer out the blind shots really, which is something I recommend you do also overall. I spotted Jack 88, go behind the bush to shoot him, bounce the first one, or hit his tracks actually, penetrate the second shot, he gets unspotted, I go forward once more, but it looks like he's behind the tree. He gets spotted, go back. Sadly I miss him there. I really want to take out that Leo prototype, but it's not going to be, as he's hiding. Kind of unfortunate misser. Looked like he was going back, but then he decided otherwise. But and I miss again. Wow, that was really unlucky. Anyway, start getting the shots in. I see the Ice 8 pushing him, but it looks like the Ice 8 is either scared or bounces or whatever, because I'm actually able to take him out. Or not. Okay, I was wrong with that. Anyway, battle looks rather good. And I decide, okay, it's time to drop down. And also, as you can see, I'm loading the HESH right now, or the HE. It's not going to be a problem to penetrate this guy in the back, nor that guy. But the main reason I loaded the HE was for the Type 61, which has really weak armor all around, and I should be able to penetrate it frontally with HESH. The 88 is there and able to shoot me, so I just keep going. And I'm going to put it in ×1 speed. Look at what speed I'm going up this hill, yeah? I'm driving up this hill with around 40 km/h. Type 61 sees me and wants me. Aim, penetrate him in the front with HE. And once more. Juke him. And then he sadly takes me out before I'm able to kill him. But yeah, let's have a look at the post-game stats, I guess. Wait. Yep. And here we go. So, as you can see, I got an ace tanker, also got a high caliber medal and a Confederate. If we look at the damage or the team results, I actually did 4,100 damage, so it looks like a lot of my blind shots hit, at least 4 or 5. I got 1,246 raw XP, which is rather decent for sure. Getting a decent amount of spotting. I agree it could have been a bit higher, but it's not that easy to spot either from Kiliia, on Kiliia. But I managed to get a really meaty 870 spotting damage on the T30, as well as 3 shots of damage, so I basically killed him by that. Yeah, not much more to say. As you can see, actually one last thing I want to point out. This tank is actually a rather decent credit maker. You don't need a lot of gold ammunition. I loaded it only like 2 times in 30 battles or something. There's only very few targets you will want gold for. And I have, in 30 battles I did around 400,000 net credits, with a premium account of course. Which is very decent in my opinion. Let's have a look at some more games. Here we are again. I am still in the Ru251, surprise surprise. Although it's a tier 10 game, matchmaking is actually rather decent. There are 3 artists, so it's kind of positive because I can spot for them, but on the other side as a arty likes to shoot me, I'm not too happy about it. Anyway, we are in Erlenberg. It's a defense game for me, and I always like going on the 890 line. on Erlenberg in more or less any mode, any side, with a few exceptions here and there. But yeah, no surprise there. I'm going to go on that flank. Let's have a look what I do there. Actually, once again, I'm not going to do it in times 2 speed because I just want to show you how quickly this tank can get into position. It's going slightly uphill. I'm still doing 65 kilometers per hour, no problem at all. And as soon as it flattens out, I reach 70 and rising. So I honestly just feel like that's a really nice part of this tank's ability to just relocate from one part of the map to another faster than like even a Patchat or a Leopard, or really faster than any other tank except for maybe the Panzer 1C, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I get safe from the other tanks before I go for a shot on the T-71, and I get into cover. We have a lot of tanks on this side, but so do they. Gonna go in this bush here to basically spot and also use my gun depression to shoot. That's something I want to talk about real quick, the gun depression on this tank. I don't know the exact numbers in all honesty, but basically towards the back you have no gun depression, like at all. Frontally you have decent gun depression, around 6 degrees would be my guess. And sideways you actually have really good gun depression. So it takes some getting used to, because your gun depression is better sideways than frontally, which is not very common for a lot of tanks. But once you do manage to get used to it, just like, you know, driving up bridge lines diagonally or even sideways, more or less, yeah, it's not really an issue. I kind of tunnel vision there, don't notice a switch at 90, put a nice snapshot into him, go back. I know he has gun depression issues, so the lower I go, the better off I will be. I bounce on him, which is really unlucky, but I managed to take him out quickly. I reload, like, in the time that 1390 shoots 2 shots from his clip, I shoot once. So really, DPM wise, there's a massive difference. Ru251 is just so much better, because, you know, you don't reload for 40 seconds between 2 clips. E75 is really a tough nut to crack. Even at no angle, the side armor is very hard to beat, and so this is one of the situations where I decided to load gold. Really bad shot there, going for the side armor with heat. But I've noticed his turret is stock, so I can penetrate his turret with heat very reliably. I want to not expose myself too much though, because he still has 320 alpha, or at least he should have. So I just played in a very peekaboo playstyle, just snapshotting him. And rather effectively, as you can see. Yeah, just, you know, check out this rate of fire really. And also the accuracy is not bad at all. I mean, the accuracy is not like a selling point of this tank like it would be, for example, on a Leopard or something, but it's not a downside at all either. And the aim time, the gun control, the snapshotting abilities are really good, and combined with a good gun impression, there is very few moments where I feel like the gun is actually bad. In case that actually makes sense to you. So yeah, I see a 110 trying to run away. Get a shot in his side, another one which tracks him. And yeah, you can see the gun depression sideways is just glorious. I managed to take him out and then get into cover. I noticed they are assaulting our base. We only have a T-20 Proto and an E-75 defending it. It's kind of hard to know who will win between our team and their team in our base, so I decided to go back to play it safe. The Centurion gets taken out, so that's rather nice. However, the E-75 is low life and getting murdered by artillery. I decided to go to the middle because I can get some nice side shots. I blind fire the T-54 just when he gets unspotted, and apparently hit and penetrate. And that shot, I have no idea how it hit and penetrate. And that shot was really lucky too. So yeah, a bit of luck there, but it's part of the game, I guess. You can also say I sacrificed a good go to RNGesus. Anyway, I decided to move up. I wanna, you know, it looks like we're winning this game, and I wanna move up, get some more damage, maybe take out some of that juicy artillery. For sure. I'm still scared of the Baltic. If he has a big gun, the 15cm, he one-shots me. And if he has a 128mm, he takes a huge shock out of my house with one shot. I load the HE here again. I go for the turret side, because if you hit tracks or any other kind of spaced armor, it's very likely you will bounce. But if you manage to hit flat, weak armor, like side armor and sometimes side turret armor, and the rear armor of more or less every tank really, yes, you will be able to penetrate and do full damage, as you can see there on the bat chat. Now against the T-54 I need the AP for sure. I'm not going to do a lot from the front with HE, so I go back, reload the AP, and then try to push him from the flank. But my allies make short work of him. I go back to reloading HE because it's great as well against artillery and against the Baltic, who's now a lonely survivor. I go up here to spot him, and you can see I go down immediately. I just want to know where is he, and it worked out. He's here, he's aiming at me, so I'll just keep driving around him, try to maybe get him spotted by someone else, maybe just spot him for my teammates, or get him into a bad position. He really wants me. I'm a one-shot now for sure, but I managed to outplay him with awesome mobility, penetrate him with HESH once, twice, and time to go for... Aww. No kill on Archie, sadly. Anyway, let's have a look at the post-game stats. So as you can see, I got an ace tanker once again, I got over once again, and a Confederate once again. Yeah. If we look at the XP, I actually got 1,422 raw XP, which is a really nice result. I did 4,000 damage again, but I also managed to spot a bit over 2,000, which is very nice in my opinion. You can't expect to spot 10,000 every game in a scout either. I'm also, if I'm not completely wrong, top damage of my team. Not really because the gun is so awesome, the gun is good, but the mobility lets you use that gun wherever you want. And yeah, also, if you actually shoot HESH and penetrate, your DPM is higher than that of Russian tier 10 mediums, which is just insane. Of course, you're not going to reliably, well, you have to know when to use HE or not, but as you only have a 5.3 second reload, it's not really an issue to change ammunition real quick, as you saw, for example, against the T-54. So, yeah, I really like using the HE on this tank whenever it's useful, and I'm going to just show you a short part of a replay which really shows you the power of HE. So, yeah, be right back. I hope you enjoyed for now. So yeah, I skipped the beginning of the replay, it's not very interesting. As you can see, in 4 minutes I only did 225 damage plus a blind shot or 2. But our base is under attack from this flank too. Basically we're losing a bit everywhere. I was in this area, but I had to run because I'm not going to fight a T-95 frontally, and I was scared about, yeah, our base being pushed here. So I decided to go up on this hill. I've got good camo, so I might be able to snipe a bit without getting spotted, and also I have very good gun depression, so I should be able to make use of it. Trying to hunt for a shot on the T-34 there, but then I just decide that this area is much more important for me, so I go over there, and yeah, let's see what happens. There's a T-34, or two T-34s, both full life and a nearly full life tortoise. I go above them. I have the gun depression to shoot them because wait, that's not what I wanted to do. The hill is kind of sloped down, so with my gun depression, yeah, I can shoot them, while they are not able to shoot me, thanks to the elevation. I decided to load the HE, and there you go. I penetrate the roof of the tortoise for full damage. I penetrate the engine deck of the T-34 for full damage. I'm not really surprised, but there we go again. And that's just what I mean where the TPM becomes incredibly good. If you start doing that kind of reliably, you will really murder your enemies one by one, and strongly. I also use this HE a lot when fighting other scouts, for example 1390s. If they have around 600 HP, it allows me to kill them without even taking that much damage, as long as I manage to penetrate. It's a bit tricky because if you shoot the sides, well, you know, problem. But yeah, I honestly really recommend you to use some HE on this tank. I hit the tracks there, which is a bit unfortunate and a bit badly aimed. And there I hit the back of the turret, which is even worse. But right now, well, the enemy T-34 there is going back. He really wants to shoot me, and he has to go back to have a gun elevation. Look at this. I just penetrated his upper plate I mean, because I'm shooting from so far above that there is no angle really. It's basically a flat surface. But I just penetrated his upper plate with HE, doing 4 damage. That's really what I mean. I try and do it again, but sadly it fails. And now I'm completely out of HE. This tank does have slight ammunition issues. It's not anything, you know, particularly bad, but it does happen that I run out of the ammunition type I want, at least, rather regularly. Even AP. And that I see myself forced to shoot heat. But then again, that's if I do 4,000 damage or so. Anyway, I sadly dropped down. I'm just going to show you the end of the replay, but it's not very fascinating. I get some, or 2 really bad bounces on the T-34. And sadly my ally dies, and now the super Pershing can focus on me too. Not the super Pershing. The super Pershing dies, and now the tortoise can focus on me too, and there's not much left I can do. Really bad shot there. No comment. I was about to go up and try and hide behind the tortoise, but I realized I wouldn't be in time and tried to juke his shot. Anyway, what I wanted to show you here is not, you know, the best game ever or anything. I just wanted to show you the power of HE when you're shooting from above, for example. And of course it also works in the rear of enemy tanks, mainly British and American and medium tanks, but yeah, T110E5, T110E3, T95, Tortoise, all those tanks which have a lot of frontal armor, yeah, you know, a Jack Tiger 2, etc, etc, have very weak rear armor. There are only a couple of tanks which will really bounce your HE from the back, like E100s, Mouses, Jack Punch E100s, maybe I7 or IS4s if you get unlucky, or the mighty KV4, KV5, but the general rule, if you manage to get to the back of an enemy tank, you will be able to penetrate with HE, and a lot of turret sides too, and of course engine decks or just tank roofs. Yeah, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe to this channel, share me so I can get a bit more views and we can make this channel grow together, and of course leave me a comment of how you liked this video. See you next time, and stay tuned for more Clan Wars replays and awesome battles overall. Bye bye, Genghis here.